Hugging Face called this data breach unprecedented, and then he demanded what he called a radical transparency in the response. So here's what the transparency uncovered. Now, to investigate, Hugging Face needed an AI model in order to process the attack logs, the exploit code, the stolen credentials that had happened. So they turned to the leading AI models, including Anthropic Fable 5. But these models refused, in the sense that the safety training of these models could not tell the difference between an attacker and then a defender. But Hugging Face needed answers, so they switched to an open-weight Chinese model called GLM 5.2, and this model had no guardrails to work around. Now, on 23rd July, two lawmakers introduced an AI Kill Switch Act, which would force these big AI companies to maintain a literal off switch and then let Homeland Security order a shutdown in the event that an AI model is going against its goals. And should a company defy this, they were to pay up to about $20 million a day. Here is a twist. The poster draft of this particular bill was dated 13 July, which was 3 days before Hugging Face came to public to announce, the data breach, and then 8 days before OpenAI came to say, oh, we're sorry, it was our model that did all of this. Which means that these lawmakers were thinking ahead, or they saw this coming, and were just waiting for the perfect moment to introduce it, and then Hugging Face gave them the best news hook. Now on 28 July, about 1,100 to 1,200 employees across OpenAI, Anthropic, Google Minds, Meta, signed a letter called Facing the Frontiers. Now these were not junior staff, these were senior staff, whereby they were literally asking the US government to help build tools that will make a coordinated slowdown possible if AI ends up going faster than anyone can safely oversee. Hours later, OpenAI and Anthropic as a company backed that letter, which was very interesting because 4 days earlier, which was on 24 July, NVIDIA CEO had written that these companies should not let Washington restrict them on open-weight AI, which are models whereby a company releases and then allows anybody to download and run them. And then OpenAI has signed this letter, but Anthropic didn't want to. And then 4 days later, these two companies from these opposing sides come together supporting this particular Facing Frontiers letter. Now, while all these companies were coming together to, singing Kumbaya to support the Facing Frontier letter, one company stood out that was like, nah, I don't support this. Let me know in the comment section which company was against this Facing Frontier letter. You'll be surprised by your answers, and we're all going to find out in the next episode of The One Who Didn't, the final episode of our series,